Are you of influence or are you being influenced by others? Think about that. Think about all the people that you interact with throughout your day. Are you being of influence to them or are they influencing you? But after all, what does this question have to do with being Christian, with being a servant, with being a child of God? It has everything to do. God expects us of being a good influence in other people's lives. He expects that from us, of being a good influence in others' lives. And everybody can be of good influence in someone else's life. But before we get into more detail, I want to read a few verses, or well, one single verse from the book of Matthew, which would be in chapter 5, verse 13. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. What does that mean? Salt gives flavor to food. Just imagine some of the best foods on the whole planet without salt. Bread would not be the same because, well, salt is a key ingredient in bread. Or maybe you love a good piece of steak. Just imagine a piece of steak without any salt. That would be so boring. That would be incredibly boring. Well, if you don't like meat, if you're vegetarian or vegan or whatever, just imagine something else that you like without any salt. That would be so boring. That would be tasteless. It would be literally tasteless. It would not be a good experience at all. But also pay close attention. When you throw a pinch of salt on food, for example on a steak, that steak will get salty. Salt will not get the flavor of the steak, but it will give flavor to the steak. And this is how we as children of God should be in other people's lives. We as children of God, we must understand that God, He has a character. He approves and disapproves certain things. He has principles. And we have to carry those principles in our heart and live them to their fullest. And when we interact with people who maybe don't have that influence of God, we should act like salt on them. So this means that when we are in touch with them, that they should get also in touch with the flavor that God has put in our life. So what does that mean in a practical example? I want to share a story with you from a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago I was speaking to somebody, and the person shared with me that, well, that the person likes to go to festivals, and, well, not good festivals, like festivals that are highly immoral, where people do wrong stuff. And that person asked me what I think about that. And I told that person the truth, and I said, well, I'm a man of God. I don't think that this is a good place to be honest. And the reaction from the person was shock. The person was literally shocked. I remember the look I got was like, so something like that. Like, really? This guy, how can he say that? So this person was very shocked. This was very unexpected. However, what do I want to tell with you with this example? Many people, they would simply say, maybe because they don't want to be judged or because they want to be approved, well, I think those festivals are okay. Well, I don't have any opinion about that. If God approves or disapproves something, you should as well approve what God approves and disapproves what he disapproves. And in this case, that person was speaking about immorality. God disapproves immorality, so I have to disapprove immorality as well. And I have to stand for that value. This is how salt acts. Salt is not influenced. Salt influences. And that person, as I said, was very shocked, and I would not be surprised if I was judged at that moment. But we should not allow the bad things of the world to influence us. I've seen so many Christians, so many children of God who allow being influenced by wrong things. They allow their lives of being influenced by wrong things. They think like, okay, those people who do that, they don't know God, but let me go there so I can bring them to God by doing that what they do, or by doing things, a few things that they do. Hold on. Jesus did not told you to do what others do. Salt gives flavor to food. You're accepting the flavor of their life. You have to put your flavor in their life and not their flavor in your life. This is how salt acts. So let's stand for the things that God approves and disapproves. Let's defend His principles with love. Let's stand for them. Let's live them to their fullest, because they're part of God's character and they should also be part of our character. However, don't get me wrong, when I say defend the principles of God, I don't mean go out there and fight with others, get into fights, into unnecessary discussions. No. Just be a person of principles. Keep those principles into your heart and defend them within you. And when others see that, the right people, they will see, okay, this person has something different. This person has something that I don't have, and I want that too in my life. And when they ask you, well, what do you have in your life that you're always so happy? What do you have that you're always the way you are? Then you know what you can answer. You have God. You have Jesus Christ in your life. Because Jesus Christ, He gives flavor to our life. He makes our life great. He makes everything make sense in our life. So if you're looking also for the sense of life, Jesus is the sense of life. God is the sense of life. He's the reason for everything. So I hope that this video was a blessing. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And yes, I see you on the next video. Take care and God bless you.